Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of It's All About the Music. I'm your host, Trish, and this is episode 83. Well, today I'm going to feature music of the 80s and 90s. There's some, there's some comps, there's some, single artists, there's several genres involved, and I'm sure when you think of the 80s and 90s, you think of things like, hip-hop and grunge and stuff like that. But there was also some good music, in the 80s and 90s, and I'm sure you're thinking of like Nirvana and Jesus and Mary Chain and stuff like that. But I'm gonna change your mind and show you there was some pretty awesome music in the 80s and 90s. All right, enough chatter. Trish, show those platters, even if they are silver. First up, we have the Grateful Dead. I think if my memory serves me correctly, this is one, if not their last, the next, if not their last studio album. I could be wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong. Next up, this is a compilation. Remember in the 90s, it was like, this show was all the rage, and everybody was going, yeah, man, don't have a cow, The Simpsons, dun, 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 dun. And everybody was running around going, go! Next up, this I remember, Frank, my DJ mentor, would play this at school dances. Yep, the 90s. Next up, one I picked up, I forget where I picked up. Oh, probably at, might have been at the Time Machine at the, the nostalgia shop I talked about in many videos past. I may have picked this up. I don't know where I picked this up. Maybe I bet might have been the antique store or Ocean County Music. But when I saw this, I said, oh yes. Next up, we have Def Leppard. I remember I had the album in the early 80s, Pyromania. Yeah. So this is like, kind of like, yeah, the greatest hits. I haven't found Pyromania on CD yet. Oh, by the way, you might want to grab your beverage of choice. Might be coffee, might be water, might be a nice cold glass of wine. Yeah, this may be a long one. Oh yeah, and I, after the onslaught of hip-hop and rap dominating the 80s, in the dominating the airwaves in the 80s and 90s, I decided to give some country a try, and yeah, I picked this up. Not that I've never heard country before, but in the 70s, country wasn't my thing. But after the, like I said, hip-hop and rap started dominating the airwaves, I had to, you know, listen to other stuff. Yeah. The Pretenders. I'll stand by you, I'll stand by you, won't not let nobody hurt you. Yeah. And you can't mention the 80s without mentioning John Mellencamp, or as he was known then, yeah, John Cougar Mellencamp. And of course they're the Cranberries. Zombie 21, Ode to My Family. Dreaming My Dreams. No Need to Argue. Ah, yes. Now, this is another greatest hits, but features a lot of the, you know, in the 80s, that song, Smooth Operator. Smooth Operator. Smooth Operator. Smooth Operator. Oh, yeah. Her voice is awesome. All right, next up we have Smooth Operator. Hall and Oates. Dance on Your Knees, Out of Touch. Method of Modern Love. Some things are better left unsaid. Going through the motions, motions. Go, go, go through the motions. And, of course, jazz of the 80s and 90s. Actually, let's see. I think this is 1992. snakes. I picked this up because someone turned me on to a local jazz radio station, and I started listening to, it was called Legends of Jazz with Ramsey Lewis. Oh, those were the good old days. And that station unfortunately changed formats, you know, shortly after we moved here. It's like I turned it on one day. I'm like, what the heck? You know, it was like, what the heck? Okay, next up. This was, 1980. Oh man, that was a rough year. Shortly after this album came out, John Lennon got violently gunned down. And people were like, oh, this came out after he died. He didn't die. He was violently gunned down. And, all right, next up. Oh my gosh. I discovered these guys when I listened to another comp. And I'd say early 90s. And I put it on a mixtape, and I gave it to my friend J-Pat, and he's like, you like Bella Fleck? I said, heck yeah. I remember back in the 90s, I subscribed to this this music service called Ha Music, and on one of their comps they had that song Bigfoot on there. And I traded in a lot of the comps for cash to get other stuff. Foolish me, huh? Probably to get other CDs I really wanted. Right, next up we have, oh my goodness, wow, where did I get this? Oh, Maxell, why did I say number one on there? Roy Orbison. I think I was putting stickers on it to mark the track I wanted to play. Or maybe a track I wanted to put on a mixtape or mix. Next up we have, oh wow, Paul McCartney collection, Flowers in the Dirt. I think I bought this, and the picture smaller. I believe I bought this at Beatles Fest one year. I used to go to Beatles Fest with my ex-brother-in-law, my sister's first husband. But we kept in touch after they divorced for a while, but in the past few years he's kind of fell off the radar. Not that I want it that way, but I think he's fell off the radar with several people. And I think now he's the primary caregiver to his mother, who's suffering from Alzheimer's, and she recently broke her hip. So I think life has got him busy. Let's put that way. Next up, we have Herbie Hancock. I believe this came out in I want to say 1983. I was right about that. Rocket. Anybody remember Rocket? No, 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 no. Next up, we have, oh yeah, Phil Collins, Both Sides Now. Oh, both sides, Phil Collins. I'm reading the back of it. Both sides of the story. I'm thinking of the other songs. Da, 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 but that's not that song. Next up, we have, pardon me, Van Morrison. Next up, we have Steve Winwood. This was on 1982 or 1980 also. Hold on. Okay. Hold on, guys. I'll wash my hands in a minute. All right, next up, another John Cougar, American Fool. He started out as John Cougar, then went to John Cougar Mellencamp, then finally he said to the record company, no, I'm going to use my real name, John Mellencamp. By that time, he was an established artist. But I guess the record company was like, "You're never gonna sell records under the name John Mellencamp." All right, we're almost at the end, guys. Next up, we have James Brown. And this was his take on, I guess he found out some artists like hip-hop and rap artists were using some of his music for their samples. And he spoke out against it, and that's what I'm Real is about. All right. Next up, I discovered these guys, of course, in the 90s. I'd go to libraries and check out. This is what was making mixtapes in the 90s, and people would, I'd listen to that Legend of Jazz series and hear some of these groups and write them down and go, ooh, I gotta go to the library and check out these groups. And I remember this is one of the CDs I just found at the library, but this is one I found at the Antique Mall. Not too long ago either. I'm like, oh heck yeah. And last but not least, guys, I had to include this guy because he was all over the map in the, you can't mention the 80s and 90s without mentioning Billy Idol. What was the song that was famous on here? Cradle of Love. It's the cradle of love. And I think like in the 2000s he got in some, I think it was a motorcycle accident and it put him out of commission for a while. I don't know if he's back recording music. I think he is. I don't know. He's not on my radar much these days, but if anybody has comments on any of these artists' CDs, if anybody wants to let me know if, recommend anything else by whoever I showed, I welcome that. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is Trish signing off, saying peace, love, and keep the good tunes spinning. Take care of yourselves and take care of one another. Be good to yourselves and be good to one another. I love and appreciate you all, and I hope you have an awesome week. Take care.